Go. We're live. All right. Cool. So, okay, quick, and then we'll go over everything we just talked about. We have the VIX 16.4. Then we got IWM on the day is down 0.47. SPY is 0.10. It's probably gonna go up flat and then higher. And Q's down 0.03%. So kind of Nasdaq is outperforming. Quick, we kind of saw the a lot of Apple calls, a lot of QQQ. And obviously the VIX that we talked about. And we will in a second again. BBBY is above the 50 cents. Oh, Bronx, so this is on the this is like the long signal what you posted on the general chat, just on the laser, obviously.
Yeah, that's an example. That was the gap down from last night at close. But let me send the one exactly for AMC, where we can see what we're talking about, and that is sent. Pull that up. You see around that 494 level, bottom increased, drove that candle back to into green, and validated the short side, and from there we just pumped right up. That's why I find those signals, the invalidated ones, to sometimes be even stronger than the typical directional signal following through.
Nice.
I'll pull up a couple other examples once you're done with the VC for people to see down the line of how I trade off those, because AMD had a big one last week and a couple other charts. Pretty frequent, great little trick and tool to use.
All right, let's talk quick about the VIX first of all. The the flow on the VIX. So we got this one. This is a ton of calls. You can also see it on unusual wealth here. A lot of calls stepped in over the money, obviously, for June OPEX. This is a June VIX expiration. I'm not missing. Yeah, 621. So obviously over the money calls on the VIX, they entered 2 hours ago, something like that. And the thing here is that these VIX call buyers, they're not very short term. So again, we just talked about it in the Discord. Obviously, it might seem bearish just looking at buying calls, but it's not. There's a different second, basically a trade attached to it. Right into this one, what we got attached is the short the VIX futures position, which means again, this is they're basically going short the VIX. They're buying over the money calls to hedge it against it, long-term ones. So we can see the effect heading into in May, heading into June, obviously of more and more downside in the markets, and then this becomes a factor, something we'll follow obviously and see. But for now, for us, as we said, as we posted in the Discord, that I tweeted as well, this is bullish for the markets. This is bullish for the markets, and obviously we can kind of see a lot of bulls stepping in on different names. Obviously, we saw some in the money calls on Apple that normally in the money would be bearish, as we know, long term, but this one being only 2DT, they just straight out wanted to buy it right now. So this is bullish for Apple, which we also, yeah, just created a new daily high. Should go even higher. Apple. And obviously we got this one, by the way. This is the tech ETF. So kind of, I guess, the SPY of technology sector. So yeah, setting a lot of puts against it. Obviously bullish as well. And what else do we have? By the way, we have some PAS, which is our silver, one of the names that we like in materials. So they had some put selling that I saw, which is nice to see for silver sentiment, obviously. And then the rest is kind of, again, even if we see some small premium amounts, compare, at least, you know, in relation to the big money, it's still obviously telling us a lot about the overall market sentiment. We see what's entering the market and who's getting squeezed. And in terms of just over $8 million premium worth trades, I just don't see anything today. Probably gonna have some floor traders. Maybe some of them maybe some of them just against the struggles, the hedging with the you know, in the money puts and 4,000 calls and whatnot. We got the GDX, so that's from yesterday as well. This is the gold miners ETF. 45 calls for June. They opened 37,000 of them. So this is pretty nice for materials. Again, super cycle, right? Gold. And what else did we want to talk about quick? Okay, so obviously, let's do LAZR. And let me know, guys, again, if you want anything specific that we can look. And then, all right, awesome. Bronx, I'm gonna show it. Yeah, I see what you posted now. Let's just look quick on LAZR. So LAZR on the 15-minute. Let's look. Again, kind of the same, I guess, as we talked about. It's we like it below 6. Now it's obviously above 6. Still like it. Expect more. And in terms of flow, super slow today. I'm looking at Think or Swim as well, and I guess I see some what seems to be like retail, maybe some put sellers, some even some put buyers maybe trying to short the I guess if you can call it pop, maybe like the past few minutes, but nothing new in terms of flow. Besides, we saw these dudes that are slightly bearish, but I wouldn't worry much about them, to be honest. I mean, they bought it at 6.3, so obviously they get squeezed if we enter this territory, not even above, but even close to 6.3. The bulls are still kind of stronger right now, so we're just gonna wait for more flow to enter, and we wait for the spreads, right? So again, for anyone, guys, who joined us here in the Discord and anyone on YouTube, LAZR, we're kind of waiting for, I'll do the 4 hour. We're waiting for kind of the spreads, and then we're gonna see timing and price targets and whatnot. Because what happened here, we saw just a lot of bullish flow enters here, and what they did, they actually bought the spreads that when it was below $5, they wanted it above 10, and then it touched 10 point something, and that's basically where it started the bleeding. And then here we had a lot of bearish spreads. They wanted it below 6. Now we're below 6. So I like LAZR. I personally like it. I'm gonna do, guys, for the Discord, the whole fundamentals and going over their financials and whatnot for everyone who was looking at them as a long one. But I will say again, they're a weak company long term. I mean, the financials are not really good, but in the environment that we are right now, where we have a lot of I guess speculative growth in tech and overall names, seeing strength in the past few years, but then 2022 was a bear market, we have a lot of good opportunities to find them again. And big money will say, no, it's overvalued, we'll throw you crazy price targets. But who cares about, you know, it's not about what the analysts say, it's about what the markets are doing. And the markets are full of options, they're full of overall retail and institutional activity. And a stock like LAZR, even though it's growth and they still have a ton of work to do on the fundamental side, with a bit of strength in the market, it really can squeeze. Again, just like we saw here. So it can really obviously squeeze again. I like it long, but again, right now we're close to entering the golden pocket of the uptrend. So our watch will be waiting for the flow so they can show us the spreads and then we can follow them. So yeah, today nothing really new. I guess just these puts. We'll see if they close it, if they open it. We'll see what's up with those. And then what do we got else, guys? What do we have else? We have UAL. Right, good play, man. We saw the insiders buying, accumulating. Then we saw the flow, and then we had Luca post some charts, obviously with the price targets. This is the 4 hour, so let's do the 15-minute. So United Airlines is looking very nice. This is a 1 hour looking upside. Now some flow requests, Amazon and BABA. Let's check out. I'm gonna do it here. Amazon, we're gonna do above, I guess, yeah, even 1 million, only because you do have a lot of flow to do it. So again, obviously it's gonna be a ton of following the Qs and Nasdaq, the index. And even Apple kind of tells us a lot about Amazon, just in terms of the sentiment of Qs and yeah, so you see, beautiful. These dudes are, in my opinion, long. You know what? It might be even a long put short call. So let's go lower. Can be either a market maker hedging position or just a straddle. I'll have to look more, but it's less right now, for me at least, less telling of directional. Yeah, I mean, mostly calls entering here, to be honest. A lot of FOMO, which makes sense. After what we just talked about, with the VIX entering something that is bullish for the markets, and then obviously we saw the news about the debt limit. So it all makes sense. Amazon looking good again. I don't see like something super wildly unusual. Besides this is pretty good, but it's small. I feel like they're rolling in the money to in the money. So this is also kind of bullish, especially being a weekly into a weekly chain. So yeah, this one is looking good. And then if we go macro a little bit on the daily, obviously looking really good. Up with Google. Touched the bullish flow price level basically. Just touched it and broke above the dark pools again. Nice. Some Nasdaq stocks look interesting here. And then you said BABA. I really want to see more. I feel like just China moves obviously kind of inverse to the US sometimes, even though you do have a lot of buyers from the US on BABA, being a good company, just really cheap. And then we also have the China recovery story. Now in terms of flow from today, let's do $1 million. Long call, long put. This is a strangle. So yeah, these dudes are bullish, even though it's slightly in the money, the call. So you know what, they're bullish from today. And then we have bit of an accumulation, and then a lot of calls again. So it might be kind of a contract that's slowly building and accumulating on the 100 calls for December. Yeah, so Baba, this is a big watch. This is a big watch. I'm gonna post it on the Discord as well. This is an opening contract being the size higher than OI volume obviously as well. So it might actually be a bigger trade that we see here. I'll look on Thinkorswim. But Baba, we have this one. We want to see open interest. If it goes up, we'll follow in the next few days, next week. If we see it just sits there still, while Baba kind of looking, it doesn't even have to look strong. It needs to look something like that, kind of, you know, at the same zone. Then it's bullish even short term in my opinion, because again 100 calls, they have pressure, delta of 0.50. So yeah, I'm gonna post it, and this is something to follow, these ones. Nice. What do we got else? When I mentioned that we might see red, a lot of decay from, again, if we squeeze a lot to then tomorrow, then actually the puts are kind of getting squeezed. But I just feel like there's a lot of bearish, I guess, hedging to do after April OPEX. So in this Friday, let's go back here. So now we're obviously seeing upside, and we'll keep seeing it as long as, you know what, let's go. Oh, okay, 80 grand. Okay, so that's good. I just see a lot of accumulation on puts that have more time, so they won't get squeezed, in my opinion, because they bought a lot of time, and for now they're still holding from what I see on major ETFs. So yeah, for sure. And that's why I'm saying next week, right? That's why amazing what we saw right now, because we know that we kind of going to continue with the squeeze sentiment. And if we see more meme stocks squeezing and more shorted sectors showing strength and going up, especially with the VIX flow that we just talked about, that is kind of bullish for the market, then we know that we should see a risk of environment soon. Soon means in the next week or 2 weeks. And then after that, as we talked about all the time, for us, it's just gonna be an opportunity to buy more. That's how I look at it, right?
You want to talk macro?
Yeah. Just went to open the yeah, let's do it, man. 1 second, you know what? Just want to
What happened with the debt ceiling? I didn't see this morning.
What is it?
You mentioned about the debt ceiling?
Yeah, I think who posted it? Big the Shorts. Look at the live trading chat. House Republicans have proposed lifting the debt limit by 1.5 trillion or until March 31st, 2024.
Let's go. Send it.
Yeah. I haven't even looked on Twitter. Like, I didn't look for the news. Yeah, but send it. Exactly. Yeah, so let's talk some macro. What do we got? What do we got? I'm gonna look at the background just at some flow, obviously.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we saw much this week. We had a couple of Fed speakers. I think we get. Yeah, this is going to be talking tonight, 7 o'clock. I'm going to watch that. And then tomorrow, on the 20th, we'll have the Philadelphia Fed manufacturing report. So that should be interesting. And then again, existing home sales. Not much else, though, that I'm seeing. Next week will be interesting, though. We got GDP next week. I want to see.
When is GDP?
The Atlanta Fed.
Is it on a Tuesday?
Thursday, I believe, next week. And then we got our good old PCE, the one JP likes, on Friday. So I want to see where
the consumers are with that. Outside of that, like, I hope you guys are reading like what I was looking at with the Fed notes from last week. It's like it's almost certain now we're going to get 25 basis points. You know, in the way, in my own opinion, the way it's working is that with this whole banking, it's not even a crisis; it's like an issue, right? With what happened with SVIB and Signature, like they probably were expecting there to be bank lending tightening happening. But like what we're seeing, like these big earnings from the big banks come through, and they're all strong, right? They're all coming in strong. So unfortunately, what Yellen was saying yesterday, you know, where she was looking for the banks to increase their or tighten their lending standards, they're not going to do the Fed's job for them. So we're going to be going higher. I looked at this at Q curve. So right now it looks like the bonds are expecting cuts, at least a 25 basis point cut in September. I kind of expect that to be moved to the December. So we'll see over the next coming weeks where that goes.
Nice.
Yeah, everything seems strong. Like I think we're gonna be going. Like look at that local high because I like to look at that one on the SPY. I think someone might have posted in the chat going back to August of 2022 there. I'm thinking we're gonna revisit that for sure. This 425 area.
So that's what I see. Look at it.
Oh, you're showing video? Oh, let me look it up. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I see it now. Oh, nice graphic.
Yeah, you like it? So that's what I see. I see April risk off. I won't be surprised if it happens in the golden ratio, golden pocket area. For, you know, if we break above the 414, obviously, which what we saw today, it's the classic reason for us to break on SPY above it. And then it can kind of complete the wedge, you know, maybe right here or maybe even kind of at the golden ratio, which is the 418 area. Anyways, I do see a quick sell-off. And then again, like we said, it's not going to be crash or whatever. It's going to be a sell-off that, in my opinion, people here will start talking about, again, being bearish. That's it. And now we see everyone kind of flipping bullish. Everyone flipping bullish, meaning even, you know, retail, even some institutions, you kind of see FOMO on the call side, but you see a lot of FOMO from in-the-money calls, and you see FOMO from some selling puts, I guess. So again, we're bullish, but risk off 100% in my opinion after AAPL OPEX. And it's not, again, only on like selected, like major ETFs, right? It's not like the whole market. But I see a quick down, and then that's, in my opinion, going to be the perfect timing to find some more flow, to find some more plays to the upside. But the debt limit situation right now, I mean, if we see more news about this, we can seriously squeeze some, we can really squeeze some big shorts. And my thesis about Tesla, I mean, it just validates everything. And I gotta talk about it quick here. So Tesla, we had the tweeted about it, and obviously we talked about it here. We're gonna talk about it on the Discord, obviously, again, more and more every day. I won't squeeze you, don't worry, I promise. I'll squeeze you. So the Tesla, the super ultra, to me, bullish rolls, market makers are going to hedge it after April OPEX. And again, to be honest, Tesla, they might even hedge it now just for earnings and pump the heck out of it. But for me personally, you know, I don't like playing earnings, so I'm watching. But post April OPEX from next week, we also have, we're also gonna have a ton of, I mean, a lot of overall size that's going to decay heading into next week from April OPEX. So I mean, this past month was kind of you know, I guess if this is Tesla, ever since this is February, so this is March OPEX. So ever since March OPEX, we just had upside and upside and upside and upside. So in my opinion, again, a lot of puts got squeezed, but I do see a beginning of a bull market, a healthy one at least, being with a quick corrective price action, which I do believe will happen. But obviously, we like to speculate, but eventually we're just going to follow the flow. And for now, we obviously got bullish price action, especially on Nasdaq, QQQ, stocks, Apple, Amazon. Yeah, I mean, even the memes, and I will talk quick about AMC because we didn't talk about it much. So AMC on the 15 minutes, it's kind of barcoding. Let's see if we got some flow on AMC. All right. Below bid, below bid. This is might actually be some type of a calendar, some type of a spread. Might be, actually. Again, makes sense. Nothing new. AMC was filled at 9:16, which is 20 minutes ago. Here, I guess. On the downside. And yep, still above 5, looking decent. Let's even go lower quick just to see if we're gonna see some retail flow here, obviously. But obviously you also have 66 grand, 108 grand. A lot of puts at the bid. Here we got some puts at the ask. So this is not even bad. In this environment, what the market is trying to do right now, this is just the classic environment of kind of squeezing. So we got this.
Wendell,
So,
AI just got a nice real block of bullish flow finally.
AI?
Yep. Short term, May opens.
This one, the 23 calls for April monthly?
No, they should be for, I'll screenshot, it's for May 19th, 2.84 million, $30 put and sold, and 245K, 30 calls.
Ah, the floor trader. So this one, right? For May. Okay, let's see. First of all, we got the AI flow from yesterday, the 25 calls for May that we talked about. So there, yeah, again, don't need to find it. It's not even the biggest one from yesterday, but obviously look the most unusual by far. 25 calls for May OPEX when it was 23. So now we're talking about 30 calls at the ask and $30 puts at the bid, closer to the bid. Yeah, this is it looks like a market maker again, to be honest. It looks like a synthetic. What's this? So you got 23 calls at the ask as well, which is 15 minutes before this trade, on kind of an accumulative contract. Yeah, looking good, to be honest, looking decent. AI is looking interesting here. It's one of the names that obviously going to squeeze even more. Just solely because of the ticker name. I mean, come on, ticker name is AI. What more? I mean, that's you got companies getting pumped only because of the only because they talk about AI saying AI. So obviously, the ticker symbol is AI.
It's like they got lucky registering a good domain name in 1999.
Yeah, you usually sees also a lot of flow when you're kind of testing this area, the low 20s. So we saw the setup, now it's kind of consolidating this way. Volume's going down. And yeah, this one to me is a bullish position. And then what's up with those? Also the bid and also the ask. Yeah, so I think it's yeah, no, it's not a roll. Definitely not a roll. But it might be straddle even. I would say long call, short put. Anyway, bullish. Gotta look at some IV stats and whatnot. But AI on watch, definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the 1-year yield and 2-year yield right now. They're pretty much erasing the gains that they thought would have come from the banking issue that we had about back in March. Look at that 2-year; it's back at 4.26 now. So fully expect inflation to stay with us here. It's going to be sticky.
Inflation sticky.
I honestly, like, this is just like, for me, when I look at this, we're gonna go into a recession. We're gonna see this earnings recession hit, and I just wonder how bad it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of inevitable, I guess, at this point. Unfortunately, but yeah, it is. It's that's how it looks like. That's what it looks like. But at least the market is kind of drunk enough to give us opportunities, regardless of what should, quote unquote, should happen.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, with the whole, now we've seen the debt ceiling that Shorts just posted. Like, I am curious as to, like, when do we actually roll over though. So for now, I'm definitely bullish here. Try to look at some spy calls for potentially into to May here.
It's one of the most loaded OPEX chains to the put side. Quite a while around the VIX, so I can imagine once they roll those, you're gonna see some intense upward pressure heading out of this weekend.
Yeah, and again, the Big Short, they have time. They see it in June, they see it in September, and this is why, as long as they kind of, even if they're rolling it, so yeah, we kind of might see a quick hedging by buying shares, meaning the stocks go up, but then the pressure gonna be even stronger to the downside eventually. So that's why I'm being kind of saying that it's not really about the VIX price action right now in this month. It was waiting for flow, and here you go. It came today morning, the flow in the VIX, and that's telling. That's telling. You got so many people squeezed, by the way, on long VIX, long volatility in the past 2 weeks, whatnot. So too many people, a lot of people say that everyone's bullish because of the call options participation. But to be fair, from what I see, I just see calls and puts, see everything. Like the options overall in the market is wild participation overall, right? Retail, institutions, especially retail, in my opinion. And then all the sides is kind of being moved through blocks from dealers. So wild stuff, but it is what it is. I'm gonna post also AXP, which is American Express. This one puts at the bid, super interesting to me, and I'll show you 1 second why. So I did post, I believe, as well. Yeah, so we posted and talked about it as well, about the payment services stocks. So you have Visa. Let's do 4 hour. This is Visa. Then we got obviously American Express. Kind of a lot of put selling right now, which is kind of bullish, obviously. And earnings on tomorrow. When though? Earnings on American Express tomorrow, pre-market, before market hours on American Express. So yeah, interesting. What they're doing, they're actually selling puts. In my opinion, they just want to enter long though on American Express. Obviously a good name, good long term. So they're selling, they're writing puts, writing 160 puts for July OPEX, with earnings being tomorrow. So they're gonna profit, obviously, even if it doesn't really go up, especially with IV and whatnot. And Amazon again, obviously. See what's up with LAZR. Knocking on heaven's door.
No, where the flow has had nothing today, though.
Nothing at all.
Sideways, and it's just been a ghost town. Charge point, interesting. Flow, you're easy.
Charge point with a big block yesterday at 9.05 dark pools after hours. So we're below it right now. Yeah, kind of looking like a reversal pattern here, but this is a big size being filled after hours on a day that is kind of, after a few strong days, seeing a bit of a downside, and then obviously we saw more downside. So in terms of charge point, I would definitely want to claim back the 9.1, I would say, maybe. Even I'll tell you what I'll do. Since they opened it here after hours, I'm gonna really F around here. 0.5, no. All right, so we have this 9.05 dark pools level. Needs to claim it. $9.05. That's CHPT. In terms of flow, though, And again, CHPT, this is obviously an EV charging company, right? So it's going to move a lot with Tesla sentiment. Tesla with earnings tomorrow. Yeah, today, I mean. So we're kind of waiting, obviously. And yeah, definitely it's gonna move with it. And where's the oh, here it is. Yeah, and then obviously Tesla gonna be a big watch overall as short-term trades, long-term position. Long-term can be a few weeks, months, or even long for anyone who just wants to buy and hold. But definitely I feel like we're gonna have some amazing opportunities in the EVs and Tesla world. Now CHPT, we have this one, if that's what you okay, so yeah, I feel like they rolled, sold this, bought this. So this is actually a roll. What they did, they rolled 2 DTE, they bought the next Friday's puts, which are over the money. Okay, it's not a roll. Looking at the OI, might be a type of a calendar, meaning selling puts into this Friday, buying puts into next Friday. So I feel like it's a bearish position, but they're hedging it also with a lot of calls for August. So yeah, they're just saying we want to hedge both sides, basically. It's not, doesn't tell us too much. This one does look like just a roll. Small money though. And then we got a lot of puts. So this is interesting. This is what seems to be like writing puts. $8 puts for May. 8:01. That's the timing of this. Now if we go to the 1 minute, 8:01 and 8:03 a.m. Pacific time. 8:01, 8:03 Pacific time. So this is in today's lows. This is obviously bullish, and again, obviously the market went up as well, but we see the sentiment, we see what's going on overall in the market, a lot of put selling, calls are entering again, so yeah, looking good. CHPT, especially if it can break above the dark pool level, so it can kind of tell us more about what the big players planned here, and then we can hunt for some more. But it does look like it wants to go up in terms of more of the, if I'll go to the 1 hour, see what's up in the next few days, I would want to break the 9.05, and then CHPT, again, kind of like we talked about already. I think, like I said, I think this is just the beginning. If you guys remember what happened here, I guess in January of 2023, kind of went up, then we went down for a few days, almost a week, and then obviously some more up, and then down. So to me right now, a break of the 9.05, and we're just going to start more upside on CHPT. It can be a great play. Again, in terms of IV, in terms of the way that the stock is kind of favoring the put side right now, put skewed. So it can be a good upside play on CHPT, currently 8.9. And it kind of keeps pushing to the upside as we speak. What else? This is the VIX, right? We kind of did talk about it. Just shall say quick again, they bought the over the money calls, $26 call for June monthly OPEX, which is VIX expiration June. VIX expiration is obviously VIX expiration. And I know it might seem like I said, like a bearish position, buying calls on the VIX. It's not. They're buying calls and they're shorting the VIX against it. And this is the chain. This is June. So obviously here we can see all the volume on the 26 calls, 96,000. Then what we want to see is obviously follow the contract in the next week, and overall heading into June, just gonna tell us more and more about if this is, even though they kind of went short the VIX, are they planning or thinking that it's gonna have also a pump the VIX environment soon, which we should see. What's the time? 3 minutes to 10. In terms of the big money, just some more struggles on the S&P, the market. It's not something crazy. We talked about the GDX, the gold miners. What do you got for me, guys? Anything else? AW ENVX. Let's check ENVX. And then, guys, probably gonna end the YouTube stream in a few minutes after that. Obviously, thanks everyone who joined. We're gonna end it and then keep a little bit on the Discord. We'll do some flow requests. But NVX, I just straight out see here some puts writing, which is bullish, and then I see this. Oh, so this is some puts at the bid, calls at the ask. Yeah, let's go higher a little bit. ENVX. What are we looking about with NVX? Short? Feel like it, right? I mean, we have earnings here on April 26th. So earnings is gonna be next week. First of all, it's industrials. So they kind of went up on low volume, and then we saw a lot of the accumulation of bearish flow on industrials. Now the question is, are they gonna get squeezed or are they gonna get what they want? So I see a lot of puts here, 17.5 puts, slightly in the money. The volume is 4,600 on only 298 open interest. So yeah, you got a ton of volume, which is definitely something worth following. But again, it's in the money puts all the way to June 2024. So in my opinion, they're just entering shorts through puts, but they might expect some short-term upside. And then if we look at the second biggest one after that today, it's a long call short put, looks like. Obviously it might be a strangle, but I feel like it's yeah, no, you know what, it makes sense. So it's probably a strangle, both legs. And then they just want to kind of 849. That's exactly. Yeah, makes sense. So you see, you kind of had this V pattern on the 1 minute, which is obviously, you know, we're only looking at the 1 minute to see the timing of the flow. But obviously that's kind of where they opened it. Then after like 10-15 minutes, it's so big candle. I won't even be surprised if this is dark pools. So in my opinion, they're hedging for some upside before they will short it again, because we see that they're actually going long in the money puts. So I might see some upside and then downside. Obviously, or earnings we said on. Oh, okay, yeah, so they got some time, I guess. Well, next week. So maybe they want to pump it into earnings a little bit or before. Yeah, that's what it looks like. What else, guys? Anything on FRC? First Republic Bank. I mean, one of the more shorted ones, right? So in squeeze environment, makes sense that it'll get squeezed. I mean, pretty sure that that's what we'll see right now in flow as well. This from yesterday, April 19th, today. So yeah, we have calls entering, we have puts at the bid selling. Here you go. Exactly. These are actually, yeah, that's kind of the sentiment. All right. Keep going up. IWM creating new highs. SPY, Q. Let's see quick if we have anything new. We have some some puts entering here, but it's nothing new. IWM. IWM. Looking strong. Jamie, yeah, we talked about CHPT. We had we did. So you can also check obviously after that this video. I'll keep it obviously public, but I'll show you quick. We had, first of all, we had some put sellers into May, and we had the where was the what's the volume in those? $7. Check this out, guys. Plus 4,000, and then today some more volume. And that $7 calls in the money for April 2024. Interesting. Obviously the $8 puts, the sold, talked about. And that's the 15 calls. So the 15 calls on CHPT, they're actually a part of a multi-leg strategy, which is short put, long put next week. So short put this Friday, long put next week, and then calls entering. So it's kind of again, I feel like they're bearish because they are, but in my opinion they can get squeezed, which means that's why they hedged the $15 calls, because they say, okay, maybe it's going to go up, so we'll buy long-term calls, even though they're kind of buying more pressure on the put side. It might also be someone that's short the stock and wants to wants to stay short, hedge their position, but that's how we like to find them squeezy plays. That's how it happens usually. All right. New highs, everything looking green, crowning. Okay. You're welcome. So guys, first of all, I'm gonna somehow, I have no idea how, but I'm gonna end the YouTube live. Thank you anyone who joined, appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna stay on Discord.